Canelo versus Bivol. Man, this is a difficult one because light heavyweight, another weight class. Guys are moving up in weight. They're looking for an angle because they're naturally smaller. For me, if it goes to points, we already know that it's difficult to get a decision against Canelo. The question is, will Canelo win outright or will it be controversial? But Bivol punches pretty well. Canelo takes a pretty good punch. My curiosity is also how good will Canelo's chin be at light heavyweight? I'm looking at a controversial decision win for Canelo, with probably even myself thinking that Bivol should have got it. That's my prediction.
Well, I'm just thinking that Bivol, I think he has the ability to get it done. He has the talent. He's undefeated. He's undefeated. That's the one thing. And that O is the last thing to go, when you're trying to protect something. It's that record, so I believe he's going to fight harder. And I mean, can he take Canelo's punch? I think with his size advantage, that's going to lend to him being able to take a shot from Canelo. Now, if he had drained himself down to 168, 160, it could be an issue. But he's in his comfortable weight. So Canelo's moving up. He's going to be the bigger, stronger guy.
Is this catch weight or no? I don't even know.
I haven't heard at the start light heavyweight. I didn't hear about a catch weight or anything.
Somebody told me 172, but I'm not sure.
We have to check fact on that.
What I know from knowing Bivol is that Bivol can make 68. He's just that he's light heavyweight champ. So it got to be above 68 for him to fight for his title. But he can make 68. So it's not going to drain him to make 68.
Okay.
Canelo,
or 72 even.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised as a 72. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo came in a little bigger than him. To be perfectly honest with you. So it's a very interesting fight. My contrast to the fight is that I think Bivol is the better outside fighter, and I think Canelo is the better inside fighter. So if Canelo goes out and pushes the pace, then I think Canelo will be in a more comfortable spot. If he lets Bivol bounce around and do what Bivol does, he'll have a long neck.
The thing about that is, though, in order to control the pace on the inside, you got to set a fast pace. And I've just never seen Canelo fight at a fast pace. He makes it count. He makes his shots count. But it's like, that's why it's so difficult for me to just pick him outright in this fight. It's like, I've never seen him actually pick up the pace and fight at that fast pace. But he's usually able to control the pace because his power intimidates his opponents. And then his opponents end up fighting at his pace.
Let me give you one example. Second time he fought Triple G, Mexican style, he set a fast pace.
But he walked Golovkin down. But did he throw that many punches?
He got this guy. Yeah. He ain't got to throw that many punches. You got to walk him down. You got to make him engage in places he don't want to engage in. It's not about how many punches you throw. It's the style of fight you got to make him fight.
And which answer, answers give you more questions, right? Bivol has better legs than Golovkin, right? I mean, so
of course.
By walking down Bivol, is that gonna is he gonna have more trouble fight him like he fought Golovkin the second time because Bivol is able to bounce around a little bit better than Golovkin had the style of Golovkin style?
Of course he's gonna have more trouble with it, but what I'm saying is that that's his best chance to win the fight. I'm not saying he's gonna be able to do it. I'm not saying he's gonna beat Bivol. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that for Canelo, your best option is to try to make it an inside fight with Bivol because Bivol is a monster outside. You let him stay outside, you have a hard time beating him.
When I look at this fight, I always look at it from the Canelo standpoint because you can look at it. He has everything to lose. And when you look at the fight, my question is why? I know he want to become a 4-division champion, but why pick this very tough opponent that has no L's on his record? So what is it that Canelo see in the Bivol fight that they can hang their hat on and say, you know what, I think we picked the right guy?
Well, that's what he sees in the Bivol fight. You got Bivol, who's a killer, but then you got Triple G, who's a little bit beyond his prime as the package. Other side, you had Charlo, and who's the other guy they offered him?
Benavidez, right?
2 killers, and probably less money.
And the other light heavyweight champion is Artur Beterbiev.
3 killers. You understand me?
So you want to win a title in your 4th weight class?
Well, I thought he already did that with
he did. Well, 5th weight. It would be a 5th weight class.
No, same weight class. Same weight class he beat Kovalev. He beat Kovalev as the light heavyweight.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
You're
right.
That's a BO.
So again, if he can't gain another title in a different weight class, why this fight?
It's the package.
Right now.
It's the package.
That's right. They
Golovkin
offer
on the other end.
Package, I get Golovkin and Triple G, and probably more money than fighting young David Benavidez and young Charlo.
True that.
You know
You
what?
understand me?
Gotcha.
That's a great point, Roy, because I also think because there's a built-in storyline with Golovkin, the fact that they fought twice, controversy.
That fight's going to always be there,
That fight
like
will
you
always
said.
sell, just in case Bivol beats him. Just in case. While on the other side, just in case Charlo beats you, you don't even get a little softy. You just got to go right into Benavidez. You know, it's done there. Because at this point, you never want to call Golovkin a soft touch, but a 40-year-old Golovkin is not a prime Golovkin. And we don't know if Golovkin will be able to manage a pace like he was able to manage in the second fight, or even bring the pace he did in the first fight against Canelo. You know, I personally think that, a third fight with Golovkin at this age with Canelo probably stops him. So on the other side of Bivol, whether you beat Bivol or lose to Bivol, at least you get a softer, I won't call it softer, but a softer touch than with the PBC deal where he was offered Charlo and then Benavidez. I mean, there's young, hungry killers on both sides.
That's death
like Roy
row.
said. Yeah.
That's death row right there.
That's our analysis for Canelo Bivol and what happens afterwards.